thought you
time.
said Luau Deng was coaching was the head coach for Sudan.
No, I didn't say head coach. I said he runs
Oh,
the team.
oh,
Like
okay.
he bankrolls them. You can see it.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So
But-
he's like Grant.
Yes,
He's the Grant Hill.
He's
of,
Grant Hill.
South
Okay,
Sudan.
okay, I
Grant-
got you. Because I'm like, that don't look like Luau Deng.
No, but apparently Luau Deng was furious. Like he went up to D Wade. D Wade said this on the broadcast today. He was furious because they had one free throw out in the first half, and he had just yelled at D Wade. He goes, "Why are you yelling at me? Like it's not me not getting you the ball." D Wade's like, "Why are you yelling at me?"
By the way, D-Wade's doing a great job. Him and
Yeah.
Yeah.
They having a blast watching the Olympics.
Yeah, it's yesterday, of course. Team USA, they beat South Sudan. They handled them. Did not cover. Almost. There was one.
It wasn't even close.
There was one point where Drew Holiday hit a three, made it a 23-point lead. I was like, maybe Leroy's going to hit his cover.
No,
but then all of a sudden it was a brick fest.
Right. Then they just stopped scoring, and then all of a sudden Sudan started making threes. I'm like, wait a minute, we can't have that exchange.
It's the tiebreakers, like so they needed those. So, but Ant-Man wasn't going to let them have that last three. He goes, oh no, we're not going to make this put window dressing on this.
It's funny because there's certain guys that go in the game, they trying to get their ball on, right? I don't care what the score is.
Well, yesterday, if you are a Heat fan, very proud of the performance by Bam Adebayo, who yesterday just completely cooked South Sudan.
I figured that's what was going to happen. I don't think, just thinking about what these players do on this team, I can't imagine that you take the versatility of Bam out of the game because he's probably one of the most versatile guys you have on the team. For anybody else. And lo and behold, the tree stump is out.
Oh, he's out, dude.
Yeah.
He's out. Apparently for now, though. I think he's going to play in the game against Puerto Rico, even though they don't need it.
Yeah, because Puerto Rico's tiny.
Puerto Rico's tiny, and it's kind of a house money game. They've already advanced.
So
that's where, you know what? When that happens, you know who you play? Go ahead, Tatum. Go get your Olympics on.
Can we can people who were criticizing Steve Kerr apologize to him?
I apologize because I did think that he was going to bend to the pressure of the national media.
Because Wendy said it.
Yeah, I mean, just because Tatum? Like, I don't get this. There's going to be players on this team that's not going to play. It just happens like that. You know what I'm saying? It happens in every team. You saw the Olympics, the gymnastic team. That was a girl or a gentleman that didn't do anything. They just part of the team. They got a gold medal. So it's going to happen.
You guys know how this works, though, with politics. Like, first of all, if you watch
wait.
First, watch 1 second of Joel Embiid, he stunk up the joint.
Let's do this. I understand what you're saying about politics, but look at your two coaches. And Steve and
Spo and Tyler.
And Spo.
Yeah, three coaches. Yeah,
three coaches. You think they give a damn about the pressure of politics?
They may not. Well, first of all, they may not. But Grant Hill has. Like, he's getting into a public squabble with Jalen Brown.
Man, when has Spo or Steve Kerr ever gave a damn about what somebody else thought?
I mean, they obviously care somewhat because they start Jason Tatum the next game.
But again, that had more to do with the length of Sudan.
Had to do with his feelings, dude. He went out there, he was getting cardio. He also didn't do anything yesterday.
He only had 2 points, right?
Right.
For the alley-oop. And
he got an alley-oop.
Oh, and a late layup. Yeah.
Dude was out there. He was getting a jog on.
Tyrese Halliburton went to the Eastern Conference Finals, okay?
Yeah.
He hasn't bitched or complained at all.
No, and he came out, you know what he did? Sniped 2 threes. Made actually produced. Wasn't out there just getting a jog on. But nobody was going to spam.
I saw Tatum fall over his feet or something one time. I was like, whoa, dude, did you stretch?
Yeah. But yesterday, Bam Adebayo, he was keeping receipts. Because after the game, he gets right to Twitter. And he goes right to the Windhorst clip. And he posts the 50 Cent gif, which of course is which is when 50 Cent said to Floyd Mayweather, Well, I can't say what he said.
What
What did Floyd say F me for, basically? So, like, why is he picking me? Why is he peacock? Why is he got my name in his mouth about getting benched?
Right.
And this was Windhorst afterwards on SportsCenter, who claims Bam Adebayo was giving him extreme side eye after the game.
Bam Adebayo, Kevin, was all over me after the game because I speculated that he might be the player that would see his minutes reduced to get Tatum back in the game. And all he did was score 18 points and have 7 rebounds and probably the best game he's ever played for the national team. And he gave me extreme side eye for daring to speculate that he might not play. But this is the thing. This team is so deep that this is what they're going to do. And the second unit that they used in this game was stocked with great defensive players, and the South Sudan, like Serbia before them, and probably more teams after them, cannot compete with that second unit. That's where the U.S. is winning these games, and that's their plan to get to that 5th consecutive gold medal.
So, question, hold on. And here's what pisses me off about people like Wendy. I'm gonna tell you right now, okay? Because me and Tobin, especially me, have been having this conversation the whole Olympics that, y'all want to go out and shoot threes? Second unit, go in there and lock them down, right? I've said that. So now all of a sudden he recognizes the defensive stopping unit. Now all of a sudden Bam is important on that defensive stopper unit when he was saying they were going to bench him. Don't all of a sudden act like now you're aware of what the basketball team can do.
Yeah, if you watch,
you're supposed to be reporting that, not me. Yeah, you run them every day.
I was sitting here 15,000 feet in the air, realizing, second unit continues to dominate for the Team USA. Oh, what's been the consistent with the second unit? Bam Adebayo
and Kevin Durant.
No, just the first game.
He had a good game yesterday.
Yeah, but he just came back.
So that, I mean,
he just came back. I'm talking back to the exhibition season, Vlad.
Yeah.
Okay. And exhibition season.
All I'm saying is this:
the bench set us
every time a team goes on the little run ski, you look to the side, and they gonna make sure Bam, Derek White, AD is in the game. And then they lock it down.
And Edwards.
And they'll bring Ann in too. But I'm just saying, like, for him to all of a sudden say, Bam ain't gonna get no, he leading the damn charge.
That was the point. Yeah, that's what was crazy about it. As he's sitting here, he goes, who could be
and he's a basketball guru.
Who could they bench?
You see,
that's why you get extreme side-eye, Windhorst.
You see why players don't always have respect for the people that write and talk about their sport.
Ridiculous.
This is a situation right here. Like, that shouldn't even been brought up because he should have been saying, well, I don't know who's going to come out of the game because Bam and that second unit is their lockdown unit. And whenever other team goes on the run, they're going to play. Now he says, they're just so deep that they could put anybody in.
But also, here's the thing. How come there was no, Steve, I give credit to Steve Kerr, but you could tell about the national media's bias. Even I, who's not a Heat fan, is starting to see.
Yeah.
I knew this was going to make you happy.
You can
tell him.
But no, this is why. Joel Embiid got sat yesterday, right?
Yep.
Former MVP.
Yes, sir.
Would have been a 2-time MVP this year if he wasn't hurt.
Probably.
No complaint. You didn't hear nothing from him. You didn't hear nothing from the
he
Philadelphia 76ers. He was cheering, having a good time.
I did hear from a Twitter account called Dr. Embiid.
Lord knows he knows
Dr. Embiid because he always hurt.
Yeah. But when Tatum sat the first game and he was told that he might not play or he wasn't going to play, national media makes a big stink about it. Right? And the first person that they said that might lose minutes, it wasn't anybody. It was Bam.
Yep.
Here's the kicker, though. Especially after explaining that Sudan is all wings and length on the perimeter.
It was such a bad explanation.
That was the worst explanation.
It's obvious that Embiid is the one that comes out.
It was such a bad it was such a terrible job of
doing their
process
job.
of elimination.
Doing their job.
It was.
Right.
But it's like, why would you? It's a team of all wings, and you're going to take out the best one.
Oh my goodness! It's just, but that's so when people come at me and say, "Oh, this question needed to be asked," or they try to protect the media. What about this?
I get extreme side
Okay. What about a guy who literally spends every day of his life around basketball? You come at me with this dumb stuff, and you want me to take your word as meaning anything other than Hawk Tour? No, that's why I don't. That's why I am the way I am with him. Because you're supposed to be smarter than us. You're supposed to know more than us. And your comments after the other day's game is Bam is gonna sit and not Joel Embiid after you explain the wings. I can't listen to you.
Facts.
What was the other thing that Chad?
And the other thing, right? Tatum probably wasn't playing well.
Oh, he stunk yesterday too.
Ooh. That's what I'm saying. You know what?
What am I to deduce with this, though, Vlad? Because this man, I understand. He's a very talented. He's a moose. He's very talented. But what am I to do with? I have watched this man now through a playoff run with a great team.
Go.
I have now watched him in the Olympics with a great team, and yet somehow he's very forgettable. I don't leave myself ever watching him being like, wow.
Can I break this down for you two?
Sure.
Jason Tatum is not having the reaction that he thought he would get winning a championship from what he's seen from every team when their best player wins a championship. Like when the team wins a championship, you're the best player on the team. He didn't get Eastern Conference Finals MVP. He didn't get NBA Finals MVP.
Nope.
But those are the things.
Why?
Because
we tired of hearing about a guy who might not even be the best player on this team.
So think about all the greats. LeBron, he won a championship, Finals MVP, and went to the Olympics and won a gold medal. And they gave him he was like Sports Illustrated's Person of the Year. It happens with all of them. When you win a title, you win the Finals MVP, and it so happens to be a gold medal Olympic year, and you're on the Olympic team. It's like it's your year.
It's like a coronation of your career.
Yeah, it's your year. Right. Like that year is your year.
But here's the kicker. Here's the difference, though. Okay. When LeBron got his, it was everybody. Nobody cared what the media was saying. We all looking at it and going, that dude is balling. Right? And they didn't have to say nothing. We could see it.
Of course.
But when we watched Tatum all year, I said the whole year, I'd take Jaylen Brown. And so if you have that and all the people think that, you don't care what the media has to say about Tatum. And Tatum knows he wasn't the best player on his team. Because the only two players they talked about during that finals was Jaylen Brown and Derek White.
And by the way, Derek White deserves his credit.
Derek White's been awesome.
Yeah. He's been
Derek White's been awesome.
Like
Derek White's been awesome. Drew Holiday's been awesome. Honestly, if he were to replace Jaylen Brown,
wait, think about this. If there was a Celtic who shouldn't have been on that team, it's Tatum.
Tatum should be gone.
Right. It should be Jaylen Brown and Derek White. I will say this, though. Let me apologize to Derek White and Steve Kerr and Grant Hill. Because Derek White earned his spot. I ain't gonna lie.
I thought you were gonna apologize about his teeth. I thought you were gonna finally come around and
thank God he got his teeth fixed.
I don't need a banana smoothie right now.
Will now take on Puerto Rico on Saturday for their final group play game, although they've already advanced. Yesterday, they put it on South Sudan.
Yep.
Much against Luol Deng. But I think the thing, we've done our laughing at the national media, Leroy, for the suggestions. But let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. You see a Bam Adebayo right now, killing it. Hitting threes
from the
corner, doing it all. Do we see even more of a leap from this man this year? This man in his prime, he's going to be 20. He's just turned 27 years old, and he is flourishing on the national stage with all these stars. What do you think this means for him coming into this season?
It means that he's going to play the 4.
He better. Like I don't want to see him play the 5 no more.
And that means that a lot of the defensive responsibilities that you've asked him to do, he's going to have help with. And now he'll be able to have some space on the offensive side of the ball. Yeah, and so from that standpoint, yeah, he's going to be, I think, closer to his full potential by being able to play all over the basketball court instead of just in the paint, which he's done for most of his career to this point. Which I'm not going to take I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but I said this since day one.
Well, I mean, like, look, you say the defensive responsibilities, and I hope that is the case. We got to see what Khalil can do on an NBA stage.
But I'm saying he'll be a wing defender instead of hanging bodies in the paint for a whole year.
I hope that he gets that kind of relief this year. But even still, even if he is a guy that we've seen his game expanding and going out further, and then in the middle of the year does bring out the 3 ball. But I do think that that's going to be. It's definitely a confidence with him. He's not even hesitating with it now. I think that, offensively is certainly going to.
But when you think about his rookie year, even Jimmy was saying, I want 1-3 a game.
So that was his rookie year. That was his third year.
His third year. But everybody knows that talent is there.
Mm-hmm.
But being able to use that talent in doing what's asked of you and what's needed for your team to win aren't always the same thing.
He was trying to say, he's like, they had a bet with each other back in the day in this first season down in Miami, where if Bam took a 3, Jimmy owed him 500. If Bam didn't take a 3, then he owed Jimmy 500. And they put a stop to that like very quickly.
Yeah, because Bam was probably owing Jimmy a lot of money.
No, I think Spo was mad about it.
Yeah,
I don't think I didn't, but it was hilarious. It was a hilarious side story that was going on there.
But the play and here's the thing. There's nobody around Bam that doesn't recognize his skill set. Right? Like,
yeah, the players know.
The players know. You can see it. Like, think about this. A man who can handle the ball like that and facilitate, spend most of his career in the paint. That don't make no damn sense.
You're not supposed to be 6'8", 6'9", guarding guards.
That's crazy. He's a piranha.
Right. And then guard Joker.
But it also is like, I think the Heat have also been very blessed by Bam, because I think other players would have very much thrown up their hands at this point in their career.
Or said, I want out.
And being like, I'm tired of screening for our shooters all the time. I'm tired of getting all these guys open
who don't make shots.
I'm tired. Yeah, I'm just tired. Can I ball a little bit? Can I go cook? Can I have fun?
You know what fixes that though? Here's what's different in basketball, and I appreciate this. In basketball and football, right? If this were to happen in football, then the same team would turn around and say, we can't give you all that money. You ain't had no sacks. Right? But they max him out every time.
Of course.
And so from that standpoint, at least they're rewarding you for what you're doing, even though your numbers.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
That's true. But here's the thing that is interesting with it is it has put him in a spot where the dum-dums out there who are looked upon as the national media, who vote for these awards and affect their money, they don't know because he plays like this. And so, like,
I think the players
he can't bet on himself to go get an extra $100 million guaranteed next year, because he knows the dum-dums the bums won't talk about it.
Hey, everybody in this league knows about Bam, right? And it goes to show you, a lot of these guys' careers are based on the relationships they have with the media, which is a joke. It should be about your play on the field. And that's why I have a problem with that. If they don't like you, or you don't do an interview with them, and then they vote for stuff like this and don't vote you in because they don't like you, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They need to find another way to go about this, because as long as you have the human element in it, then feelings get involved. And it shouldn't be about feelings. It should be about the merits of your work on the court.
Yeah, it's the feelings are very clearly always in the way with this stuff.
Always.
By the way, speaking of feelings, did you see it?
The Hall of Fame too.
I felt bad for our boy Nico yesterday. So apparently Nikola Jovic, he blew a layup late. He had a nice game yesterday. Him and Joker, great connection, some touchdown passes. And Nikola Jovic blew a layup that would have given Joker a triple-double in 23 minutes. And
oh my goodness.
That's to buy him a horse now.
And his reaction was just simply adorable because this was brought up to him by the media afterwards. He goes, "Did you know that he would have had the triple-double?" And Jovic's response was, "No, who passed it? Did he pass the ball? But I made a dribble." He's like, "I can't believe I didn't make it. I'm so sorry. It's sad."
I mean, everybody could have got. I mean, who is it? Puerto Rico? They played. Who did play?
Puerto Rico.
They're tiny.
Oh, they're tiny,
and they're playing Monstars. They played the Monstars yesterday, and now they're going to play one of the most athletic and lengthy teams when they play the U.S.
I don't think the U.S. will play some of their starters.
That's why Tatum will score 40, and then everybody thinks
you're going to get a Halliburton Tatum game.
Tatum, Halliburton,
Derek White.
Oh no, he with the first. He with the big boys.
No. He's on the second team. I mean, you got to understand some of the second team guys are gonna
like Steph stuck up the joint.
So wait. I was getting ready to say that. How we feeling about Steph? Because they working Steph like a traffic cone.
Yo, they abusing him.
They're abusing him. They are abusing him. They clear it out.
Nasty.
They clear it out. They clear it out, and that 6'1" point guard went to work.
That man.
And they say, wait, and then they say the point guard can't go left, but he's okay with his right from over there with Steph guarding him.
Steph is not going anywhere. That's a Teflon man right there.
Hey,
there's three Teflon guys on that team.
Yes,
yeah, Bron's not going anywhere. KD's not going, and Steph's not going anywhere.
Right. But all I'm saying is, Steph, what are we doing? Because dude was dude not working him? Come on now.
He was working.
He was working him.
If you ask him,
they clear it out. They pick. We got what we want, boys. Back up.
No, if you ask me, that was my first basketball game ever watching it. Like this, one of them changed the game, and the other is just getting for kicks his first opportunity. I wouldn't have thought Steph Curry was that guy. If you just dropped me into basketball for the first time ever in that game.
He was crossing him over, like had him on skates, up and unders, stopping pops. I'm like, Steph, what are we doing?